Hi, I'm Jessie Morrisey, and right now we are in the welding studio of the Sculptor area in the School of Art and Design at ECU. I think we're really lucky here in the Sculptor area because we get to work with so many different materials. We can do welded steel, forged steel. We do a ton of casting. We cast aluminum, bronze, and we even cast iron, which is one of the big things that we do here at the school. But in addition to that, there are so many different materials that sculpture can utilize. We can use soft sculpture, fabric sort of things, also wood sculpture. Basically anything that you can mold into a 3D form, you can use as sculpture. So we really have a wide range of materials, and I think the students here utilize that to the best of their abilities. Iron casting is definitely one of the biggest things that goes on at this school. And it's really interesting. Iron casting seems to have a mass appeal. People walk around outside and they see us while we're casting, and they see this huge plume of flame coming up from our furnace, and people just sort of gravitate to it and stand there and watch for a little while. Everyone's sort of hanging over the wall out there. What are you guys doing? And it's always cool to see other students interested in things like that. I think one of the really special things about iron casting is that it kind of debunks the myth of the solitary artist working alone in a studio somewhere. You can't cast iron by yourself. You need a community of people around you. And the professors here in the Sculpture area, Professor Gibran and Professor Billingsley, have really worked incredibly hard to try and foster this sort of family atmosphere for us here. We really learn to rely on each other and trust each other, kind of like a sports team or any kind of group of people that has to rely on each other for support. We're all there in the studio and we're kind of crammed on top of each other, but it's actually really great because people are looking at what you're doing, you're looking at what other people are doing, and you bounce ideas off of each other. So in addition to getting feedback from your professors, you would also get feedback from your peers, which is incredibly important because you're not always going to have a professor as an artist. Once you graduate and go out into the world, your peers are going to be the only source of criticism that you have. And so getting ideas from those people and giving ideas to them is something that makes this art school a really wonderful place to be.